Hello, my fellow mercs out there. How are you doing tonight on a wonderful Tuesday evening? I'm hoping that you're all having a wonderful, wonderful day. Had a pretty nice day off. A little bit lacking in activity, but that was a situation that wasn't going to be able to avoid there. But nevertheless, I'm hoping that you're all having a wonderful, wonderful day. So let's go ahead and get things started. If you ever had problems with brigands, monsters, or the struggles of everyday life, I am the mercenary for the job. I am Zenny, mercenary VTuber for hire, at your service. Hope you all having a wonderful day and hope you all enjoy today's stream. And today, we continue some Phoenix Wright today. Yes, we're continuing with Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Justice for all the second game in the franchise. And last week we got things started with said game. We were able to get through the sort of tutorial trial, suffering under the effects of amnesia. Amnesia always leads to good storytelling. I say lying under my breath. No need to roll insight. I already told you I'm lying. But yeah, and we after that we got started on the first big trial. On that, we haven't actually got into any of the trial days for the big trial, but we're still in the middle of sort of like the setup and the initial section of investigation for this trial, as it seems a spirit has wanted to take a little bit of vengeance. Vengeance on a very, very corrupt doctor. But the problem is that this spirit ended up taking control of the body of Maya, our wonderful good assistant. So, yeah, once again, Maya finds herself being arrested, and we're having to defend her again. But with a few things that are sort of like going on with this, there's sort of a lot of intrigue as far as what's going on here, and yeah, soon enough we're gonna finish up the first day of investigation, head into trial, and see who we are going to be having to defend ourselves against. I'm prepared to be hurt. But nevertheless, that is what is going to be going on today. Like, otherwise, like, with not doing much of sort of like anything today, like even more so than like any of the other sort of like Tuesdays off from work, partially because of the fact that we weren't able to get our D&D session in today. Our DM for our Tuesday campaign was sick today, so yeah, a little unfortunate we weren't able to continue, because there's certainly an interesting point that we ended up leaving off of last week, almost seemingly about to head into a literal bar fight. Well, not a literal in the actual literal sense of a bar fight, but certainly a fight in a bar. We'll have to see how that goes next week if we are able to play. But otherwise, yeah, it's just sort of like I've just pretty much been sort of like spending the day sort of like watching sort of like other streamers out there, and sort of like working on like a few stuff on my own, just sort of like stuff that I want to get through, and just sort of like just relaxing. And not like sort of like in sort of like the peppiest of sort of like moods, but at the very least, I am doing all right today. But I am always ready. I am always very pepped up. I'm always looking forward to getting into these streams. And I'm looking forward to getting into some more Phoenix Wright. So let's go ahead and get ourselves set up for that. So I'll go ahead and start setting that up. And you mercs out there, if you let me know how you are doing today, hoping that you're having a wonderful, wonderful day. And actually, before we actually get officially started, I do have a shout out to take care of that happened actually a little bit earlier this morning. Aryan Alexander, thank you very much for the follow. That puts us at 699 followers for the channel. We're only one away from hitting our next follower goal of 700, which I'll be doing my very first Souls-like game with the Star Wars Jedi game. So yes, it has been a long time coming since we hit our last milestone. So it is going to be a very good feeling to be able to finally be able to hit this one. So after such a long time, but yeah, let's go ahead and get right into it. All right, so I just gotta remember where exactly on, I think. I am not. I know we had talk with someone. Oh, Pearl wasn't here to me. Yeah. Oh, hey, like you're that guy from yesterday, the attendance guy. Oh, no, I'm a lawyer. That's right. Mr. Smith, Esquire? That's right. Wait, I mean, you're wrong. My name is Wright. Smith, right. Well, got like 3 letters at least. I don't think she gets the point. Anyway, what are you doing here? So, I study this thing called parapsychology at this college, and you told me about that yesterday. The sesame allergy too. What I'd really like to know is why you're still here today. Oh, so that's what you meant. You should have been more clear about that. Sorry, my bad. No, it's okay. It's really awkward silence. That's it? Why did you stop mid-sentence? Did I? So, what was I talking about again? If this is an act on her part, this is probably the dumbest yet most convincing act I've probably ever seen. If Vlad ever wanted another genuine mysterious phenomenon, it's right here. Alright, so yeah, wait. Rio! Hey, how's it going? Thank you very much for the raid. How are you doing? We are just starting things off with some Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Justice for all. Let me go ahead and give you the shout out, my friend. What were you doing today? If you don't mind me asking. There we go. There's the shout out for Rio. I'm pretty certain that those within my audience already know him and probably already follow him. But if it's not, go ahead and give him a follow. Made it to the final chapter of Yakuza. Like, ooh, nice. Very, very nice. All right. Okay, so I just want to. Okay, so but yeah, hoping that you had a wonderful stream and hoping that those within Rio's audience had a wonderful stream and hope that you can stick around and enjoy tonight's stream here. But yeah, if you need to sort of like go ahead and take a dip, that is fine as well, because self-care is absolutely important. Now it's time to take on the final section of Suikoden. Ooh, Suikoden. Haven't played that either. Alright, have you heard about the murder? It's like totally scary, she says with a silly smile plastered on her face. So, do you know anything about what it might help? Well, I don't think she has a grip on reality, let alone what's going on here. You're not kidding. About the victim, Dr. Gray. I don't know who you're talking about. Hey, Bloppeter, how's it going? Glad to see you here. Like, wait, I think you asked about him, like, yesterday, too. That's right. Her reaction yesterday when I asked her. Yeah. But how you doing today, Bloppy? Glad to see you here. Vibing while working? Nice. That's always good to be vibing, even while working. All right. Okay, she's definitely hiding something from me. Like, is something wrong? Okay. Okay. Time for us to go ahead and move. Oh, yeah, there's little Pearl. You surprised me. And how are you today? I guess she isn't open to friendly chatting, considering how many times she's been instructed by her mom to not talk to strangers. Yeah, it's going to be a while before she's going to be able to talk. Still holding on to something in her. Looks like the sink. Wait. It just seems familiar. I'm not. Did I accidentally not fully save? But I get. I hope you will too. I saw your. Thank you very much for sending the good vibes. Thank you very much, Bloppy. It definitely does help out. So, yeah. So. Okay, so she's gonna run away if we end up talking to her, so might as well just move. I feel like, yeah. Okay. Hold on a second. Something seems really odd as far as where we're at. I want to check something. Okay, yeah, we got the... Okay, so... Yeah, I was about to say, like, the conversation I had with Any Mini was very similar to what a conversation we ended up having towards the end of last week's stream. So, somehow repeating some of the stuff from what is canonically sort of like the previous day, since this is sort of like the day after the incident. Huh. Yeah, I think, yeah, at the very end, we investigated the folding screen with the bullet hole. Oh, okay. I see where I need to go. Oh, a new box. Now, where did this box come from? I'm sure this wasn't here last night. It's like a box for storing clothes, but it's pretty big for just clothes. Mostly empty, but a few folded pieces of channeling costumes sit at the bottom. Alright. Okay, now we move to the one. Okay, now we present the Magatama. Oh yeah, Maya said to give this to you. I'm in trouble now. If Morgan sees us like this, I'll be the next one they're channeling. That's Mystic Maya's. She actually spoke? Who are you? I'm Phoenix Wright. I worked with Maya. You worked with Mystic Maya? You're Mr. Nick, right? Excuse me? I know who she picked up Nick from. Yeah, from Mystic Maya. I know who you are. You're Mystic Maya's special someone. Ao? Why are you giving me that face? What? So then, of course, you're gonna help Mystic Maya, aren't you? That's what you're gonna do, right? Well, yeah, I will. We'll definitely help her out, but I'm in danger. Pearl be Pearl. This is no. Oh, that face. That face. Oh wow, it's like a really beautiful fairy tale. That earnest look shining brightly in your eyes must be true love. What? Why am I being boiled into bright red lobster by this kid? I'm so jealous of Mystic Maya. What a wonderful relationship. Wait, I mean, we are. Things aren't like that. I can tell you're a good person. All right, Mr. Nick. I may be small, but I'm gonna help you in any way I can. Okay, so we finally got her to speak and we finally got her to help us out, so... But at what cost? Yeah, what cost? Alright, let's go ahead and start talking with her. Pearl, are you friends with Maya? Well, they are cousins, so I'd say I would hope they are, considering the fact that they are cousins, at least seemingly in a good standing with each other. So I feel very grateful to be friends with her. She's so great. I want to be like Mystic Maya when I grow up. I really look up to her. Wow, I had no idea Maya was so revered. Usually when people don't use Mystic Maya's title, I get mad. Oh, sorry. But if it's you, Mr. Nick, then it's okay. Because you're special to her. Where in the world did she get an idea like that? By the way, this may be rude, but which channeling school are you from? Not a channeler, I'm a lawyer. Which channeling school? Yes, for example, I studied the crane technique. No, I get it. No, I'm a lawyer. Some people may say a liar, but they're completely different things. Lying has absolutely nothing to do with lawyering. So, lawyer? Yep. Is that related to spirit mediums in any way? That I know of. Wait, are you telling me you don't know what a lawyer is? I'm sorry, I have no idea. My God, how sheltered is this kid? I understand it's sort of like the customs, but man, at least let your kids out to have a little bit of fun. Maya did say Pearl doesn't know much about the outside world. So what's that you've got there, Pearl? Oh, this? I found it yesterday. If you want it, I can give it to you. We'll accept it. Alright, well, if you really want to give it to me. You look like a child at a toy store, Mr. Nick. She not only speaks in a refined manner, but laughs in one too. Old steel key, green jewels. Mr. Nick? Yes, Pearl? I can call you that, right? You're too cute to just call you Pearl. Sure, Mr. Nick. Are you sure it's okay for me to have this Magatama? Yeah, it's okay. I was told to give it to you. But I can't accept something like this. All I really should do is charge this Magatama with spiritual energy. Spiritual energy? Please take this. I'm sure it'll be helpful. What do you mean? It'll let you see people's secrets. You see people's secrets? Yes. If it's all right with you, I'd like to accompany you for a little while. I can explain the Magatama's power to you when we meet someone hiding a secret. I think we already identified someone who might be hiding a secret. All right. First they were telling us to move to the mediation room, so it looks like we'll have to take care of something else before we get to the suspicious person. Hey, it's you, pal. So you're gonna be her lawyer, I bet. Yes, no. I really feel bad for you, pal. Just this once. I wish I could be on your side. Detective Gumshoe. Yeah, I shouldn't be saying that kind of stuff to you. Hey, you're a cute kid. I'm not scary, honest. Wow, never knew Gumshoe liked kids. Actually, that's not... Honestly, That's not that hard to imagine with Gumshoe. With how much of like a likable Two-Fist that he is, I honestly, I honestly don't feel like it would be that far of a stretch for him to be sort of like having a soft spot for kids as well. So, sort of goes with the territory. Agreed, and he's Hey, I know. I'll show you this something cool. How's this? A real genuine pistol. Detective Gumshoe. What are you doing showing her something that dangerous? I'm surprised I haven't seen an someone drawing sort of like the meme style of Gumshoe handing Pearl a gun and say, "Go do a crime." Why haven't why haven't I seen that yet? Unless someone has already done it, I just haven't been looking in the right places. Oh, sorry. All right, let's talk to the guy. What about Maya and the charges against her? I don't think you can win, pal. If you're talking about proof, we've got a few pieces. You've got proof? Yeah, pal. That puffy-haired photographer is going to testify tomorrow. Yeah, I know he wouldn't actually, but for the sake of the meme, I don't think people would be too... what's the word I'm thinking of? Too anal about it to try and sort of keep him completely in character just for the sake of doing the meme. But oh well. At the very least, hey, maybe I don't give people enough credit. At least I don't give memers enough credit. Yeah, pal. That puffy-haired photographer is gonna testify tomorrow. Oh, a lot of hearts. Must be talking about Lada. Actually, speaking of Lada. Alright, so yeah, she did mention that she took some pictures. And Lada's hot pictures. Wonder what her camera captured. Besides, you must realize by now, pal, there's no way anyone other than Maya Fey could have done it. Well, considering that her and the doctor were the only ones who were supposedly in that room, because we know that the aunt was with us in the mediation room here. We don't know as far as where exactly the suspicious girl... I'm misremembering the name again. Eeny Meeny. We don't know where she was exactly at the exact time, so that the fact that she's already hiding something could be sort of like grounds for further investigation, but But we already have the one piece of evidence as far as with the folding screen, that a gunshot had been fired and hit that, and it was not in the orientation of the two known people within the room. It's not sort of like the orientation in which Maya had fired two shots, because there was two shots. Like remember, it was a gunshot, then the stab, then the second gunshot. And the stab and the second gunshot were the only ones that actually hit the doctor. That, hey, Horace, how's it going? Glad to see you here. What am I supposed to say to Pearls now? Alright, about Dr. Gray. The victim wasn't super famous, but people still knew
was. His face was all over those tabloid shows last year.
Yeah, I know.
I was looking through some newspapers from last year and... Huh? I could have sworn I had cut an article out. I guess I must have lost it.
And I'm starting to hiccup a little bit. Give me one moment. I just need to breathe. Sorry about that. Whenever I get the hiccups, the deep breathing always helps me out. So he's searching through his pockets. Boy, those are big.
Looked really interesting, too. Hey, do you have a copy, pal?
Copy of that article. I think Dr. Gray may have brought a copy to the office when he came by. All right. And tomorrow's about my trial tomorrow.
I've got 2 pieces of news for you, pal.
2?
Yeah, bad news and even worse news. So which you want to hear first?
I don't really care. It doesn't change the fact that I'm not going to like it.
All right, pal. Well, the prosecutor for the trial is Prosecutor Von Karma.
Isn't he in jail?
Von Karma?
Yeah. Manfred Von Karma. He was an awe-inspiring veteran prosecutor. Never lost a case in 40 years of career and raised a fearsome disciple. The horrible aftertaste of the evil he force-fed me is something I'll never forget. Wait a second. But didn't Von Karma stand trial and...
That's where the other piece of bad news comes in. The Von Karma you're facing tomorrow is actually his successor.
Successor? So, who is this successor to Von Karma?
Literally, pal. It's Prosecutor Von Karma's kid. His kid became a prosecutor real young, like 13, and hasn't lost a trial since. That's what they call a prodigy, pal.
Yeah, wait a second. 13? The kid became a prosecutor at the age of 13? I mean, a prodigy like that, I would have heard something about.
Oh, no. The kid was born and raised in Germany, pal. That country's got a lot of stuff, and is a great place to develop a person's talents.
Germany? That's probably why I've never heard of this person. Still, all it takes is someone mentioning the name Von Karma. I get terrible flashbacks to that case. Yep. Stop it. Get a grip on yourself, Phoenix. None of that matters anymore, now that he's gone. Alright, so let's go ahead and present that newspaper clipping. Dr. Gray brought this over to my office the other day, and...
Hey, it's that news story, the one about the malpractice suit.
14 patients died, and it caused a huge stink.
Yeah, but that's not all, pal. Things only got worse after that.
You mean the car accident the nurse died in?
Here we go. I brought my own clipping with me today. Here, pal. This is for you.
All right, thanks. So we got a second newspaper. Mimi Minnie. Oh. Where have we heard that last name before, that family name? Okay, things are starting to piece together a little bit. So Innie is probably the little sister of Mimi, if I were to hazard a educated guess. And the fact that she reacted the way that she did the first time hearing about Dr. Gray's name when we mentioned it. Okay. Food for thought. Coincidence? I think not. Absolutely. There's no such thing as coincidence, but when it comes to this. All right. All right. Guess that it was a perfect reason to delay talking with any. All right. Hello again. We seem to be seeing a lot of each other today. Aw, she's like totally cute. Is she like your daughter? No. How old do you think I am? All right. I want to ask you about the victim, Dr. Gray. I, like, totally don't know him. What is that? You can see it, can't you, Mr. Nick? You can see the lock on that person's heart. What? This is the power of the Magatama. Only you can see the Cyclops, Mr. Nick. Sorry about that. Cyclops, huh? The more someone wants to hide their secret, the more locks you will see. If there's only one, I think you can easily unlock it. Unlock? But how? This started to sound awfully familiar to AI Somnian Files, at least as far as like sort of like the concept of this part of the game. I'm guessing in actual sort of like gameplay practice is going to be completely different, but they tackled around sort of like a similar sort of like concept. Please use Mystic Maya's Magatama on this person, and let's remove the lock. I have no idea what she's talking about, but yes, I'll give it a try. You must be careful, though, Mr. Nick. If you make a mistake, it will hurt you. If you don't think you have the proof you need, you must have the courage to stop. Well, I gotta start somewhere. Let's give this Cyclops thing a try. Alright. Gonna ask you again. Do you know Dr. Gray? I totally don't know that guy. Like, totally more persistent than a roach. This girl is hiding something. I'm sure of it. Guess I have no choice but to remove this lock. Alright, so first, I have to use Maya's Magatama. Alright. Come on. Okay, oh, you gotta present it. Okay.
Take that!
Alright, here we go. The victim. Minnie, I believe you do know who the Dr. Gray is. I told you, like, how many times do I, like, have to repeat myself? If you're, like, totally sure, then where's, like, your proof? Maybe possible that you never actually met Dr. Gray in person. I do believe you might have at least indirectly known of him. Like, what do you mean, like, indirectly? should try to show the possibility existed for now. Something that shows possible connection between Innie and Dr. Gray. Newspaper clipping number 2.
Take that!
Take a look at this newspaper clipping. Like, what is it? A story about an accident? Please read the victim's name. Minnie. Minnie is a pretty rare last name, wouldn't you say? Miss Minnie wouldn't happen to be a relative of yours, would she? So you noticed. She was my older sister. Ah, there we go. Right on the nose. Sorry about your loss. Your sister, was she a nurse, perhaps at Dr. Gray's surgical clinic? Gray's surgical clinic. I don't think I need to tell you that the clinic was run by the victim, Dr. Turner Gray. Which is how you knew of Dr. Gray. You knew him through your sister. Unlock successful. Alright. Please, tell me all you know about Dr. Gray. My sister's name was Minnie. She was like a nurse at Dr. Gray's clinic. That's what I had thought. I heard that, like, Dr. Gray was really tough on people, like a total slave driver. My sis was, like, always coming home totally wiped out because she was overworked. Wiped out? So is that why she fell asleep at the wheel? A guy, like, drove my sister so hard, like, that's why the accident happened. The one where 14 patients died from malpractice? Yeah, like, I think it was, like, the doctor's fault, too. My sis was pushed, like, by, like, everyone's expectations and, like, her duties and stuff. And that pushed her to death. Oh, I'm sorry. So, like, are we done? I already told my story to, like, everyone. Do you understand now, Mr. Nick? This is how a psych lock works. No, I don't plan to pry into people's hearts unless I absolutely need to. The lock this time was pretty easy, but you might meet people who aren't as willing to give in later on. If you don't have enough proof, be careful and know when to stop trying. Alright. Alright, that's all we can pry out of that. Back to the Crane Village. Going to sleep? Have a wonderful night, Aqua. I'm glad that you were able to stick around for as long as you could. I think that may need to be refunded. Just give me one moment. Anki, could you go ahead and refund that? Notice that it was having a little bit of problem, so just give me one moment. All right. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's... Okay, I may have to... Okay, yeah. I may have to disable all of the Twitch integrated redeems. because right now the Twitch integrated is having a little bit of problems with me. Probably more so on sort of like application connection verification. So that would be the steak and the steak buffet. Thankfully, it's not that very much stuff. But if there's ever like, unfortunately, this will also mean that subs will also not activate sort of like fully. But for future presenting the wrong evidence hearing, give you less room for during the trial. Ooh, since you shouldn't. But yeah, thank you very much. All right, so unfortunately, yeah, stakes are going to be off the table. I've already disabled the redeem, so. Mr. Nick, what's wrong? I have never left Corain Village. Really? Wow, that's pretty amazing. You're going to meet with Mystic Maya, aren't you? Please tell her I said hi. Hey, wait. She ran off again. Well, I know Innie's secret now, but that is thankfully not a part of the Twitch integrated throwing system. It's just the stakes and the axis for subs. So yeah, all the other stuff is run by another program that I have, and that thankfully is working. So. And that works too. I still don't have any idea how I'm gonna save Maya. I don't even know if I should go in there with a smile or a straight face. All right. Time to go to detention center. What am I supposed to do? I'm almost out of time. Can I really do anything? Can I really save her? Sorry to keep you waiting. Must be Maya. It's been a long time, hasn't it, Phoenix? That voice. Oh, Mia. Okay, so Mia's taken over Maya's body now. Even without me being here, it looks like you've learned to stand on your own. Yeah, if only we could have your help. Mia, she's Maya's older sister and my mentor. Yeah, she was murdered. She was a top-notch defense attorney, but a certain case forced her into retirement. But whenever I'm in trouble, she comes to help just like this. Her spirit comes back from the other world and borrows Maya's body for a bit. Phoenix, you can't make that kind of face in front of your client. A lawyer is someone who smiles no matter how bad it gets, especially when it's bad. Mia, you can't smile at the end if you haven't been smiling the whole way there. In any case, the face you're making now is no face to show a client, Phoenix. But so tell me all about it. I'm gonna guess that my sister's in a lot of trouble again. Unfortunately, a little bit of trouble, yeah. Told her about everything that happened the past couple days. Mia closed her eyes deep in thought while she listened. I see. Mia, what am I supposed to do? It's pretty clear what a good lawyer does in this situation. And that is, tell me, please. Believe in your convictions. And fight for the complete acquittal of your client. All right. So, you think Maya's not guilty? How can you be so sure? I know she is, and I'll give you a hint as to why. Yes? Mediums can't have dreams. They can't? From what you told me, it sounds like Maya was having a dream while channeling. Yeah, she said she dreamt that she had died and had been buried in the ground. But that is impossible. You heard it from her, I'm sure. When a medium channels, her own spirit disappears. Which means that it's impossible for her to dream during that time. Then what does this mean? I think it's safe to bet that Maya was set up. A setup? It's up to you to blow the lid on this case tomorrow and show how she was set up. How am I supposed to prove her innocence when I have nothing to go on? Yeah, exactly. If you're looking for a clue, it's already in your hands. It is? Just as it sounds, Felix. You already hold it. Okay. The key, huh? Really? Come on, show me the key to this case. The key, huh? Alright, I'll show her the key I hold. And we'll go ahead and present the key. Mia, have you seen this key before? Ah, the key. It's literally the key to understanding everything that's happened in this case. This key. Phoenix, listen. Right now, that key is sitting in your hand. However, it shouldn't be. It contradicts the facts. What does she mean? I'm certain this key will be a piece of evidence that makes your case tomorrow. Huh? I'm guessing we're supposed to read the situation and present it at the right time, and bullshit our way out, trying to sort of like piece together some type of fairy tale scheme. Okay. You already know everything you need to know. You know what the key to this case is. That is enough. What? How can I win tomorrow without knowing who the real murderer is? Who could have? Okay. There's two people that, honestly, I'm concerned about. The first one is obviously Innie, who would have motive to want to kill specifically Dr. Gray. But to set up Maya specifically, because from what they're sort of like telling us, this is basically something specifically set up for Maya to take the fall for this. She doesn't have motive against Maya. She only has motive against the doctor. But that leads me into the other person who may not have motive against Dr. Gray, but certainly could have motive against Maya, because we have seen a little bit of a hint of that little bit of motive with the aunt. With Aunt Morgan, as she sort of like laments the fact that she is a part of the branch family of the Faye family, and the fact that her daughter Pearl being an absolute prodigy is relegated to not inheriting sort of like the family leader title. So even though she sort of like plays at sort of like giving respect to Maya, that could be a bit of a deep-rooted sort of like hatred. Got the bandana going. Blue. Didn't know at that time, but this day was gonna end with a turn for the surprising. Oh. Mia, what? Okay. What's wrong? That's right. I can only I can see the Cyclops. All right. Which means Mia must know something about the real murderer. But for this to be something that she would hide under a lock and key for even me, what in the world is going on? Yeah, like. Unfortunately, we can't get at those Cyclops yet, because, yeah, we gotta go to trial now. All right. What? Prosecutor Von Karma? You mean? No, I heard it's his successor this time. Successor? Manfred Von Karma was really a sinister man. He pulled all sorts of nasty tricks, so he could win. He was a man obsessed with the word perfection. He had a perfect record for 40 long years. Who knows what sort of dirty tricks he used to get each of those guilty verdicts. Now, his successor. Wonder what kind of person they'll turn out to be. Interesting that they go with the pronoun of they. It's no good. Mystic Maya. What are you doing here? Did your mother actually let you into here? Like, Oh, you're talking about why the locks appeared before Mia? I think it's. I don't think she sort of like actually intends to sort of keep the secret, but I think Mia already knows that Phoenix has the Magatama and has at least started trying utilizing the Magatama, so she's sort of like doing this to sort of like give a sort of like test for Phoenix. Sort of like both sort of like as a developer way as well as sort of like an actual sort of like in canon way, because I can see Mia doing that for her protege. You showed up. Thanks for coming all this way. I was really worried about you. Hey, where's your mother? Didn't you two come together? Mother is watching over the trainees. She said they had training for 2 days straight with no breaks. You came all by yourself? Yep, I snuck out of the manor and followed a map. Don't tell me you walked all the way here. Of course not. I ran. That's... I can't... my... It takes 2 hours by train. How long have you been running, girl? And why aren't you exhausted like all hell? Early. What about the train? Yeah. Huh? What's that? Train? How How sheltered is this girl? How sheltered is she? Yes. That is the only answer. Yes. I give up. It's time, isn't it? I'm really scared. What if Von Karma tries to do something to me? At least I know Mr. Edgeworth would be nicer to me than Von Karma. Mr. Edgeworth? Who's that? He's Nick's rival. He's also a friend.
Objection!
God damn it. I still remember him as though I'd seen him only yesterday.
Objection!
Every trial was a scorching, fierce battle until the very end.
Objection! Objection!
It was always back and forth with them. And when you're rivals for life. Maya, please don't mention that name ever again. But why, Nick? I'm sorry, Maya. I forgot you don't know. He's gone. He's not coming back. What? Wait a second. What is that supposed to mean? Court will commence shortly. Please proceed to the courtroom. Let's go. Now's not the time to talk about that anyway. Nick. I know we're supposed to sort of like make it seem like, oh no, Edgeworth is going to be gone forever. He's not coming back. But I doubt they're going to keep him away for the entirety. We'll see him.
Court is now in session for the trial of Maya Fey. Wait, haven't we had this trial before? What was it, last year? Anyway, are the prosecution and the defense prepared?
What is with this kid?
Mr. Wright, are you prepared?
Yes, Your Honor. Why does he always seem mad at me? Mr. Phoenix Wright. Must be a little shocked because I'm a woman, correct? No. The person that trained us was a woman. Last game we met the actual sort of like chief prosecutor. That was also a woman, although she was on trial. And more than likely demoted for her involvement, but in a certain bunch of cases. Hold on, so she's the famed successor to Prosecutor Von Karma? I am Franziska Von Karma, the prodigy. I see. I gave up a promising career in Germany and came to this country for one sole reason. Revenge. Revenge? Is it about her father, or Manfred von Karma?
If it's something of a personal nature, I'm sure you can.
I'm talking. If you interrupt again, my whip will do the speaking for me. Please speak with your mouth like a normal person, I beg you. Hey, Monkman, how's it going? Make no mistake, I will defeat you. Prepare to go down, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
Prosecutor Von Karma, your opening statement, please.
Those of the Von Karma blood have only one fate, and that is perfection. The defendant, Maya Fey, will find no escape from her guilt on my watch.
Very well. What is the defense's position?
But yeah, how you doing today, Monkman? Glad to see you here.
Your Honor, does the defense wish to enter the plea of not guilty?
Yes. Foolishly dreams of foolish dreams. 10 minutes. I give the defense 10 minutes before it changes its plea. That's right. I'll have you running for the justified self-defense plea in no time. Justified self-defense. A plea usually reserved for when a person unintentionally kills in defense of themselves. Could very easily make that a solid case that it was a self-defense, but could just finish organizing the setup. Ooh, nice. The defense stands by the plea of not guilty, Your Honor. Because the plea justified self-defense is to say you did kill someone. How foolish. If that is how you want to play it, Mr. Phoenix, Wright, then I shall now call the first witness. She's just as scary as her father. Father like daughter, I suppose. Alright, Mr. Gumshoe. Witness, your name and occupation.
Yes, sir. My name is Dick Gumshoe. I'm a detective at the local precinct.
Get to the point already. Explain to the court the details of this murder.
Yes, sir. If everyone would please take a look at this map. The channeling chamber has no windows, and the door was locked shut. At the time of the murder, the only victim and the defendant were in the room. What were they doing in they were channeling a spirit, sir. Channeling a spirit?
It's quite the look of disbelief there, Your Honor.
Anyway, a few minutes after the channeling started, gunshots were heard coming from inside the room, sir. A few of the witnesses broke the door down and rushed into the room. And that's why they found that the victim was already dead, correct? I believe this is one of the most open and shut cases I've ever presided over.
Yep, we got the floor plans.
So, how was the victim killed? I was about to get to that.
Stop wasting my time, then. Alright, cause of death.
The direct cause of death was a pistol shot to the forehead, sir. The shot was fired from point-blank range. But before the victim was shot, sir, he was stabbed in the chest. The wound was very severe, but not enough to cause instantaneous death. The murderer used the pistol to finish the victim off after the stabbing.
Okay, so if I were to sort of like utilize some pieces of evidence, I would bring in. We'll have to see as far as what we can sort of like press on for the possibility of anyone else maybe possibly being in that room, because there is, according to the floor plan, there is places to hide, at least. Considering the fact that people were so fixated on the actual scene of the crime itself, someone could realistically sort of like had snuck in beforehand and had gotten out afterwards, considering the fact that there is the sort of the possibility of any mini sort of like wanting to get revenge for her sister who had the nurse that had died in the accident the year back, who worked for Dr. Gray. The other thing that I would definitely want to sort of like talk about is the fact that why was what happened with the first shot, then if only taking into account that only the second shot and the stab wound were actually on the victim, and probably would present that panel that had a bullet hole in it, which would almost presume that the victim had actually shot that first bullet, considering the most likely direction that the bullet came from to hit the folding screen like that. So, all right. So let's see what.
So the victim was stabbed before being shot. This is the victim's autopsy report, sir.
Yep, there's the autopsy report.
The court accepts this into evidence. Mr. Wright, you may question the witness.
All right. Oh, okay. So it's gonna. Okay, so yeah, we're definitely gonna try our luck with pressing, as it's basically asking us to press everything. The murder weapon, Detective Gumshoe. Whose pistol was it?
It was the victim.
Which leads more credence to what I was saying earlier. The victim. Now, why would he have...
Objection!
Why would he have a pistol? Who cares? The point that you are missing is whose fingerprints are on that pistol. If you're not already paying attention to that, then I suggest you start.
Fingerprints? There were fingerprints? Along with the victims. The defendant, Maya Faye, were also on the grip, sir. So the defendant's fingerprints were left on the murder weapon.
Walked right into her hands there. Point blank, huh? So how about how far away is that?
It's anywhere between 12 to 20 inches away.
And how do you know he was shot at point blank? Tisk, Mr. Phoenix, Wright. I grow tired of the foolish foolery of the foolish fools of this foolish country. Excuse me? Gunpowder burn. Gunpowder burn? When something is shot from point blank, a burn area is left around the bullet hole.
Gunpowder exploding is what makes the bullet fire. And that gets real hot, pal. And there are definitely some gunpowder burns left on the victim's forehead.
Alright. Sorry. The voices. Gonna need a little sip here. Wow, never knew that. Live and learn, I guess. Instantly, I kept thinking that, instantly those live and learn. Instantly thinking of the Sonic song. Alright. Stabbed. And what was he stabbed with?
A fruit knife. I see. And whose knife was it? It looks like it belongs to the face, sir. And of course, Maya Faye's fingerprints are all over it. All over it, huh?
This does not look good. What will you do now, Mr. Wright? Alright. How severe was the wound?
If it had been a half inch more to the right, it would have hit the victim's heart. After a stab like that, it's impossible to fight back, let alone stand.
His testimony makes it sound like Maya had stabbed him with the intent to kill.
Hold it!
Alright. Are you sure he was stabbed first, then shot?
Yep, sure is, sure can be. One look at the wounds and you can come to the same conclusion too, pal.
A fool is a fool will only listen to the foolish opinions of other foolish fools. A pistol shot through the forehead at point blank is certainly enough to kill instantly. Does that matter then which was first? Think a little more before you open that big mouth of yours, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
What a pain. That's enough. We have clearly established how the victim was murdered. I brought the 2 murder weapons with me today. Very well. The court accepts them into evidence.
Alright, the pistol? Yeah, 2. Okay, so basic setup of what most people would probably think would end up happening is that Dr. Gray pulled it out, tried to fire, missed. The second person retaliated, stabbing Dr. Gray with the knife, and then took the weapon and then finally did the shot. That would be sort of like the logical conclusion as far as like setting up the actual sort of like scene of the murder. But we're gonna have to see how this sort of plays out. The date and time of death was June 19th at 3:15 p.m. Eyewitnesses claim to have heard 2 gunshots at this time.
2 murder weapons, both with the defendant's fingerprints on them, huh? This does seem like an open and shut case.
Naturally. It's going from bad to worse. As if the summary just now wasn't oversimplifying things to the extreme. Your Honor, feel free to slam that little gavel of yours. After all, there is no room left for doubt, is there?
That is quite true, Mr. Wright.
Yes?
Even in the face of all this, do you still wish to plead not guilty? It is the opinion of this court that if you do not adjust your plea, you stand to lose.
See, just as I promised, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You would change your plea in less than 10 minutes.
What will you do, Mr. Wright? Will you change to justified self-defense? Because now would be the time to do so. This is your final chance.
It's a huge decision. There are things to do this way. No, we are going to plead not guilty. Because we ain't finished it. We ain't finished with this. If we plead justified self-defense, we're basically confessing to murder. After the trial, Maya's life would be ruined, and she'd be labeled a murderer. I can't let that happen. Your Honor,
Have you reached a conclusion, Mr. Wright?
the defense will not change its plea. We will accept nothing short of complete acquittal. You have sealed your fate, Mr. Phoenix Wright, detective.
Yes, sir.
Present the final portion of your testimony, the final strike.
Yes, sir. No, see here, proceedings are run by... Yes, of course. Go ahead, detective, and give your testimony.
I think the court would like to hear about the other piece of incriminating evidence. All right.
Sorry, pal, but there's an even more incriminating piece of evidence. This is the costume of the defendant was wearing at the time of the crime. As you can see, it's covered in blood. The defendant attacked and killed a person who, without a doubt, was not fighting back. So this is the costume. There certainly is evidence of back spray of blood on this. This piece directly links my FA to the crime, sir. I see. The court accepts this into evidence. All right, Mr. Wright.
Maya's fingerprints on both murder weapons and blood spatters on her clothes. Could this situation get any worse? What's wrong? You seem to be at a loss. I think this last piece of testimony the prosecution should have to offer. Feel free to sulk off with your tail between your legs, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Please stop calling me by my full name. It's disturbing. All right. There's nothing like sort of like specifically that I feel that we can present. Like I feel like at some point we're going to be presenting the folding screen. Maybe this could be an opportunity to present that, but I think it's mainly just going to be sort of like pressing. All right. All right, so it's telling us to press at the third statement.
Hold it!
All right. There's blood on the costume.
Lab results show that it's the victim's blood. So there's blood from the victim on the defendant's clothes.
Definitely not good. So, were there any other clues you could glean from this piece of evidence?
Well...
Objection!
If you must change the topic, then the good detective here must testify again. But too bad, not enough time. Let's move on.
Yes, Miss Von Karma is perfectly correct.
Now even the judge is on her side. If I bite off more than I can chew here, what should I do? We will press further. Why is Miss Von Karma suddenly putting up resistance? There must be a reason as to why she suddenly threw out an objection like that. Yeah, there is a reason. I see exactly the piece of evidence. Look harder.
Mr. Wright, Miss Von Karma's logic is perfect. There's no way for you to poke a hole in it.
Poke a hole, huh? Oh, funny you should say it in that specific wording. So my time is up. So about... There is one little thing. Your Honor. Actually, there is something very wrong with this piece of evidence.
What? What are you talking about, pal?
She's got the whip ready.
Where is this problem you are talking about?
I've come this far. There's no turning back now. All right. And would you look at that? A bullet hole. I asked the court to please take a look at the sleeve of this costume.
Sleeve? There's a tiny hole here. A hole? But that wasn't in the report. Hold on. What's this around the hole? Smells faintly of gunpowder. Gunpowder? No one ever told me.
Sorry.
All that smells of gunpowder.
Looks like I found the hole I was looking for. Don't read it into that any other way. Finding the hole is not meaning anything, huh? Your Honor, the only logical conclusion you can make is that it must be a bullet hole.
Order, order, order. This is a very grave matter. It's best that we correct the court record first before anything else.
All right.
Sorry about that. I guess we messed up, sir.
Is she actually smiling? What else is she hiding? Pull yourself together, detective. That tiny hole doesn't change a thing. The strength of the evidence still holds. Continue with your testimony. That just now was a fluke, nothing more.
Objection!
How can you say something like that? This is a huge oversight.
I'll agree it is a mistake on the part of the police. What Prosecutor Von Karma said is true. The evidence still stands. We do not find a more definitive problem with the evidence, then.
No way.
Detective Gumshoe, please continue with your testimony. Yes, sir.
All right. Okay, so. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and present Maya's costume.
Objection!
Detective Dick Gumshoe.
Yes? Having you call me by my full name is kind of weird feeling.
You said that my client killed a person without a doubt who was not fighting back.
Yeah, I did.
And what, may I ask, is the bullet hole you police overlooked supposed to mean?
What does it mean?
I'll tell you what it means. It means that the victim had fired off a shot. This is what it means. Is this what it means to not fight back?
You're right. It seems you are correct. If the victim had tried to shoot the defendant, then it would change everything.
All right. The wind seems to be shifting. Huh. What is it that are you finished yet laugh? Are you finished yet, Mr. Phoenix, Wright?
Miss Von Karma. Miss Von Karma.
It seems that Maya Fey was shot at by the victim. However, that is only grounds enough to support a justified self-defense plea.
That is correct.
But I am sure you remember, Your Honor, what the defense clearly said. They rejected justified self-defense and pleaded not guilty.
How did you? Why, that's right.
Which means the defense has yet to prove anything at all.
Well, that is true.
Furthermore, just the fact that there is a bullet hole in the costume is not enough to substantiate even a plea of justified self-defense.
How so?
Don't just stand there. Hurry up and tell the court what transpired that day. With the new information we acquired added in, of course.
You mean by myself? Want me to put together a scenario all by myself? Yes, sir. Right away, sir.
Huh.
During the channeling, the defendant saw her chance to stab the victim in the chest. Of course, the victim used the last of his strength to fight back, sir. While the two were fighting, the victim took out his gun. The victim took a shot, but of course they were too close and he missed. The defendant then picked up on the opening and took the victim's gun and ended it.
Okay, so they're ordering at the stabbing first and then the 2 shots. Okay, that would also be, considering the fact that the nurse's spirit had taken over Maya's body, that would be believable as far as like the order of events as well. So it could have been just as likely that the first gunshot was before the stabbing as well, seeing as the victim had brought the gun anyway. So there might have been a chance that the victim was looking to sort of like put a silence to the spirit in a sense. But it does look like we're going on the ordering of stab wound, then the 2 gunshots. Okay.
The scenario you put together does make sense. Yes, sir. Well, Mr. Wright?
On the surface, it does seem to make sense. However, I won't give up that easily.
Please refrain from glaring at me like that. Now then, your cross-examination, please.
All right. So it's going to be a lot of sort of like more pressing and probably presenting a little bit of. Okay, so. All right, so. Okay, so what the guy just asked me to do is actually once again present the costume.
Objection!
Missing the tiny hole on this costume will be the prosecution's undoing.
Yeah, what do you mean?
This little hole actually has created a huge hole in your testimony.
Explain yourself, Mr. Wright.
You said the 2 of them were fighting when the victim fired his gun at point blank. If that were true, then where are the gunpowder burn on this costume? Okay.
Gunpowder burn?
This is what you testified earlier. When something is shot from point blank, a burn area is left around the bullet hole. But there's not a single trace of gunpowder burn on this costume. So maybe the order of events is not what they seem to be, and maybe I'm actually a little bit more closer to the actual order of events.
That is a very good point. And what exactly does this mean?
It means that when the shot was fired, they were standing apart from each other.
Objection!
I am disappointed, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You think you can punch a hole in my logic with that? With wishy-washy thinking like that, anyone can explain anything away. I implore you to disprove my line of thinking. Let's see. In the middle of their fight, the victim pushed the defendant away. It was then when they were separated, and that he fired. How was that?
Objection!
As if that was even possible. According to the testimony, the wound from the stabbing was very severe. The victim would not have had the strength to push the defendant very far after that.
Well, then... That's right. The defendant must have pushed the victim away. After stabbing him, she must have put some space between the doctor and herself. And while she was preparing to strike again, the doctor took his shot. There, that should satisfy even you.
That does make an awful lot of sense. What do you think, Mr. Wright?
Must be careful. Can't afford to make a mistake here. Concentrate and think. Alright. Alright, something doesn't make sense. Yeah, gotta think like that. There's a fatal flaw in your argument, Your Honor.
Fatal? Flaw?
Very interesting. I would love to see what this flaw is. Show me something that contradicts my explanation.
There has to be a snag in her explanation somewhere. She put some distance between them before rushing to make the final blow. She was about to strike. The doctor took his shot. Must be a piece of evidence that contradicts this line of thinking. Yeah, it looks like... Yep, finally presenting this.
Take that!
This is the piece of evidence that destroys your logic.
What is that? A folding screen?
I would like to point the court's attention to the hole in this folding screen. It looks like you already know what I'm talking about.
What? Mr. Wright, your explanation, please.
Are these two really that clueless? The bullet went through the defendant's sleeve first, then the folding screen. It passed through at a height of approximately 8 inches off the ground, which means when the shot was fired, the defendant, was not getting ready to strike, but was actually squatting low to the ground.
Order! This changes everything.
Please look at this diagram of the crime scene. The victim, Dr. Gray, was here when he fired the shot. And the bullet hit this folding screen. Hit at this location about 8 inches off the ground. At this time, the defendant was in this area. Alright. Oh.
Take that!
She was standing here near the folding screen.
Wait a second. We know the defendant was close to the ground based on the height of the bullet hole, but how can you gauge the distance from that? This isn't possible that the... Isn't it possible the defendant was standing much closer to the victim?
That's impossible.
But why?
You, of all people, should know the answer to that question, Miss Karma. If she were shot from somewhere closer, there would be gunpowder burns present. However, there is nothing of the sort around the bullet hole of this costume.
Curse you, Mr. Phoenix Wright, you...
I believe it has now been proven that the defendant was standing a ways from the victim when she was shot at. But do you think this has changed the defendant's situation?
It changes everything. Honestly, Your Honor, this changes everything. The prosecution has claimed that the defendant was aiming to kill by stabbing. If that were true, delivering the final strike with the knife would be ideal. However, where and what was the defendant doing at the time?
Squatting all the way by the folding screen.
Exactly. If Maya Fey was the real murderer, why would she be by the folding screen instead of preparing to strike?
Upon further consideration, it does make very little sense. Yeah, I figured there had to be a reason.
Yeah, sorry. Figuring things out and proving the logic behind everything is your job. Alright, with this, the rest of the trial should be in the... oh, crud. Yep, of course. Blast radius of disaster. You're such a smart man, Mr. Phoenix, Wright. To think that you've been able to take a completely hopeless case to this point. Now I know why Papa had a tough time with you. You amused me. All the things to inherit, why did it have to be that smarmy smile? Detective, how dare you damage my perfect logic?
Why, how is this all my fault?
You can start repairing your standing by first removing that three-strand goatee. Phoenix spoke too soon while he was in Fireball. I don't care how big the room is. I said I cast Fireball. That was very much... Oh, sorry. I gotta do it in the Francesca von Karma voice. I do not care how big the room is. I said I cast Fireball. Oh, and rest assured your punishment will come later.
Punishment?
Well then, Your Honor, I think I've had all I can take of this detective's face. I think it's time to call in the next witness.
Next witness?
That's gotta be Lotta.
Very well. The court will take a 5-minute recess. After we reconvene, we will hear from the next witness.
All right. All right. Phew, that was a close one. I know you were giving it all. You're all to defend me. I could feel the death penalty hanging in the air. I felt like I was pretty close to dying myself. But you were wonderful out there. You listened carefully and made theories and tricked everyone into believing you. For a little kid, you're quite gung-ho on calling out the bullshit. Like, no bullshit here. Nothing to trick anyone of. Thanks. Wait, tricked? That must be the lawyer's secret technique, right? By the way, is the next witness who I think it is? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Lotta Hart. Guess there's no escaping her, huh?
Remember, Nick, you promised you'd save me. If you'll lose me, and my sister's ghost will come after and haunt you.
No bullshit, just all gas like that. Damn it. No stranger to... Actually, I'm a complete stranger to gaslighting.
Your sister? Oh, are you talking about Mystic Mia? Yeah, do you remember her, Pearly? My sister was a super good lawyer. She was also Nick's teacher. Oh, I didn't know that.
God damn it. God. No inside checks, okay? I am the DM of this here stream. No inside checks allowed. God damn it. Why do people have to doubt me? Alright.
Court will now reconvene. Now, the first order of...
I don't want to hear it, old man. After I call my witness, sit there and quietly and watch like the good little boy.
Yes, sir.
Bring in the photographer who witnessed the channeling. Witness your name and occupation, if you please. Hey, Phoenix, how you doing? Just fine. Sorry about this. I didn't exactly have a choice, you know. Yowza. Name and occupation. I declare what in tarnation. God. Hey, Judge, this here is violence against my fair self.
That's fine.
That's fine. That ain't fine. That's a whip. There is no need for foolish outcries from foolishly fools. From foolishly foolish fools. Just hurry up and testify about what happened on the day of the murder. I haven't gotten to say my name and job yet. The name's Laura Hart, paranormal photographer, and I'm here to testify.
No, let's all be one big happy family. Okay.
Man, the Judge Point Peacekeeper here. Von Karma has really gotten this court whipped into shape.
Only the doc and the defendant went into the channeling chamber. We were waiting outside the door, and then bang, we hear the gunshot. Mr. Lawyer then broke the door down, and we rushed into the room. Inside was the dead victim and the defendant waving the pistol around.
I am not certain about that one, Chief.
I swear, other than those two, there's no one else in the room.
And did you take a picture of the scene right after the murder took place?
Reckon course. Excuse me. Reckon course, short for you reckon? Of course I did. Does it look like I care? Just hurry up and show your picture to the court. The moment of truth. What will be in that picture? Let's see here. Here's the picture.
Something seems really fishy about this. And I mean really fishy.
It would certainly seem that only the defendant and the victim were in that room.
Are you ready, Mr. Phoenix Wright? I'll clear all doubt about Maya through cross-examination. Just watch me.
All right. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna have to set up with a lot of presses. There might be, yeah. We'll have to take the photo into account, so definitely gonna have to present on one of the statements on that. But yeah. All right. All right. Okay, so pressing on. Okay, it's telling us to press on all the statements, especially press on the fourth. Okay, so let's go in order.
Hold it!
Was it really only those two that went in?
Objection!
What are you blathering about? Were you there too? Were you not? Why don't you answer that yourself? Was it really just the two of them?
Yes, Dr. Gray and Maya were the only two that went into the room.
Hold on, we can't have the defense testifying against its own client.
Anyway, folks, the two of them went into the chamber, you hear?
But you knew that from the very beginning, didn't you? Witness, continue.
Hold it!
Was it really a gunshot?
Objection!
Are you insane? You must have heard it as well. Why don't you testify to the court, Mr. Phoenix, Wright? Was it really a gunshot?
Yes, I think it was something that sounded like a... Man, we're really going into a lot of these.
And why are you here listening to defense testify?
Yeah, the world just becomes a little crueler. I heard a gunshot a long time ago, so I know. And I tell you, it was a gunshot I heard. Now this is where the story heats up.
Hold it!
So let me get this straight. This Mr. Lawyer there broke the... Phoenix? Phoenix. This is gonna replay over and over. We're at Groundhog Day. This is gonna be the exact same. Mr. Lawyer, they're talking about you, Phoenix.
Oh, I just... No, it's fine. It's fine. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me. It bothers me. It bothers me a lot.
Honestly, Mr. Phoenix, Wright, why don't you tell us what happened then?
Yes, Miss Fark, I broke the door down. Sorry. Like an inquisition. No need for apologizing. That's great. That was great. You're a real man.
Really? That's something I would have liked to see.
I was just rather smiling rather openly. I'll take that as a good sign.
And what did you see once you broke in?
Alright. This is the one we press victim further. Or press the witness further. Are you sure it was the defendant, Maya Fey? Sure, I'm sure. Maya seems awful confident in her testimony. We press harder. Lotta, please, think back to the day one more time. What are you getting at? Remember what you said when we broke into the room. I was murdered. Lotta, at a time like this, times like it's perfect for snapping out shots. But anyway, what's going on here? This gal, is she Maya? Yeah. When you saw the murderer at that time, you couldn't even tell if it was Maya Fey or not. Am I correct?
Well, you see...
Order, Miss Hart. You are here to present accurate testimony.
Yeah, sorry. Good. Shifting back to my side. For a defense lawyer, your defense is terribly lacking, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Witness, think back to when those two entered the channeling chamber. When they entered, one of those people that entered the chamber was Maya Fey, correct? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it was Maya that went in.
It looks like we've come to a collective conclusion. The person in this picture is most certainly Maya Fey.
Exactly. Rats. I'm trapped like one. Again. Alright, so pressing on this one again. Are you absolutely certain of that? Sure I am. But that old witch chased us out of the room, so... Old witch? Does she mean Morgan Fay? There was no one else in there, and you know it. The channeling chamber was very dark, almost pitch black. Is there really no one else in there? What about behind the folding screen? What about behind the folding screen? Did you check back there? Right, given. What in the... Right, given, you know? You reckon that's a given? It took me a good look around the room once. There ain't no way anyone was hiding out behind that folding screen.
I may have a word with you, Miss Hart.
What? You got a problem?
Look, given. I mean, am I having a little difficulty in understanding you? If you would stop saying such things as look.
Now then, Mr. Phoenix Wright, you see a problem with the testimony or don't you? It's just I thought there's nothing wrong with her testimony. I was with her, so I know she's telling the truth.
Enough. It seems that there are no issues with Miss Hart's testimony.
At the time of the crime, only two people were in the channeling chamber. The victim, Dr. Turner Gray, and the defendant, Maya Fey.
The face of the defendant cannot be verified in this picture. However, if we think about the circumstances, it would have to be the defendant.
What am I going to do if I just let this go?
What is it, Mr. Wright?
You look like as if you have something to say. If I make one wrong move, I'm gonna have to judge against me. Is there anything I can present that would prove that Maya not? All right. Yeah, I can't present anything yet.
Well, Mr. Wright?
Nothing, Your Honor. That is very smart of you, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You really should have give up trying to prove this is not Maya Fey. I didn't say anything about giving up. I just don't have the right piece of evidence to prove my argument.
That's enough.
Is this it? Is this all I could do?
I think it's quite obvious to this court that a verdict of not guilty is not possible.
As I told you, totally 100% impossible.
Miss Von Carver, do you have any further questions for this witness?
Having established the defendant's guilt, further questioning won't be needed.
How about the defense? No further questions, I presume?
I couldn't protect Maya. The fence. Phoenix. Phoenix, you can't make that kind of face. A lawyer is someone who smiles, no matter how bad it gets. Mia.
Wait. Are you kidding me? So she's taking over Pearlie's body now. Because that ain't Maya. And I think the hair is a pretty big clue as to that. This is interesting. I guess I made it just in time, wouldn't you say? Pearls. Her clothes are a bit small. Anyway, what are you waiting for, Phoenix? Let's go. Not gonna say a single thing about this. How messed up this situation is. Wow. Okay. But how? She's already taken away every advantage. The advantage is still in your hand. Think carefully, one more time.
No!
Saw in the channeling
None
chamber.
of that! Shame on you!
Do you remember what you told me yesterday? Dr. Gray. Wait. Wait a second. I have an idea. I have an idea for something. Because... Okay. I'm not certain as far as whether this is correct, because from what the guy told me earlier, the thing that I'm thinking of won't be important till later on in the trial. But the fact that we had the instance a little bit earlier tonight where we saw that the chest, that large chest, had just appeared in the side room when we had not seen it there beforehand. I feel like that chest would be big enough to hide a person in there. And that key, that's not the key to the channeling chamber. I bet you that's the key to that chest. So, that's probably one of the reasons, if we're going to go along that line of thinking, then at the very least, the aunt, Morgan Fay, the reason why she sort of shooed away everyone from the crime scene is because she's in collusion with the person who actually did it. That's sort of like a line of thinking that I have. Mia. Question Lotta one more time, Phoenix. I don't know if she's doing it unconsciously or on purpose, but she's not testifying truthfully.
No, this court would like to end the cross-examination.
Oh. Please wait, Your Honor. The defense would like to request that the witness testify one more time.
Overruled. I'm afraid you're too late, Mr. Wright. The cross-examination has already ended. Furthermore,
It is fine. I will allow another testimony. Von Karma's case is perfect, absolutely flawless. And what better time than this for you to see that?
But, I mean, I have someplace I must go after this. All right, I'll allow it. Miss Hart, hurry up and give us another testimony.
Well, heck, what am I supposed to talk about? Please tell us once more what happened when you burst into the channeling chamber. Okay, you got it. See, you got through to the judge somehow, right? Well, actually, it was Von Karma's whip that got through to him. Alright. Witness account part 2. When we broke into that room, I could focus on was Maya. I was kind of scared of the dead body, so I didn't take a good look at it. Really bad when it comes to blood and ghosts and stuff. I still managed to point my camera at Maya and take a shot. Alright. Okay, so the outline of as far as what I could probably pull out, I've already talked about with sort of like my theory here. Just gotta see if it actually sort of like plays out like that once I get through the guide portion here. Struggle all you like as you taste the bitterness of your defeat. Well, amuse me with your useless questions, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I'm waiting. Alright, so we're gonna press on the fourth statement.
Hold it!
2, right? 2 what? 2 shots. You took 2 shots. Yeah, there were 2. Yeah, there were 2 shots from the gun and 2 shots from the camera.
But only one has been submitted as evidence.
Miss Hart, where's the other picture you've been withholding? No, you got it all wrong. It's not me. I didn't mean anything bad. I know I could be a little mean, but I ain't evil. At least she knows herself.
And why have you not shown this other picture to the court yet?
Oh, ain't it obvious? That prosecutor woman told me to shut my trap about it.
What? Von Karma. Miss Von Karma, you're hiding critical evidence?
Forgive old Von Karma. Suppressing evidence like this. You're as bad as your father. Alright. We will confront. Oh, actually, it doesn't matter as far as which one. It still will lead to the result. But we'll see what results as far as this. Your Honor, the defense asks that the prosecutor Von Karma be held in contempt of court. Me in contempt of court? You can't be serious. But you hid evidence from the court on purpose. That's not fair. Phoenix, are you a lawyer or school child? I'm so angry I lost my composure.
Miss Von Karma, do you care to explain yourself to this court?
I thought this picture was not important, and thus felt no need to submit it, that's all. How could you think? The pictures were more or less the same, so why bother with the second? I mean, it's just so much more trouble than it's worth for me to submit this as evidence. More trouble than it's worth? How? How can you say that? If you want to see it that badly, I'll submit it. Alright.
Huh. I think there might be a huge discrepancy here that we need to. Oh boy.
What is this picture?
It's obviously the second picture that the witness took that day at the scene of the crime. Well, it's a little off center, but you get that's what you get with a nervous amateur.
I think the important point here is the person in this picture. This is most definitely not Maya Fey.
Man, we didn't even have to point that out.
What's the meaning of this?
Might be the break I was looking for. Now, should I try not insist that a person... Oh, it is not Maya. It absolutely is. Your Honor, as you can plainly see, the person in this picture is not Maya Fey.
Yes, I can see that. It's not just her face. Her whole body has taken on a different appearance.
There's only one conclusion that can be drawn then. That somehow this other person snuck in and traded places with the defendant.
Order. Well, yes, I believe you are correct, Mr. Wright. The person who was inside the channeling chamber was not Maya Fey.
Mia, we did it. You're too soft. Pardon? Huh? You're softer than Aunt Morgan's strawberry desserts, Phoenix. Take a look at Prosecutor Von Karma's face. She's smiling. I think you had better continue to worry, Mr. Phoenix, Wright?
Miss Von Karma, what do you mean by that?
Your Honor, I would like for you to take a look at this picture. This was taken yesterday at the detention center's visitor room. This is Mr. Phoenix Wright, the defendant Maya Fey during his visit.
Maya Fey? But... isn't this only a different person?
She looks this way because she's obviously in the middle of channeling a spirit. Yeah, we know about that, but
It's unbelievable that she can...
yet it is the truth. When Maya Fey is in that state, she physically changes into the person she's calling. Miss Von Karma, a word if I may. Mia, taking pictures of someone during a private visit is illegal. Surely you must know that picture can't be submitted as evidence. Obviously, I know this picture is illegal, but I never intended to submit it as evidence in the first place. What is she? From the moment I showed this picture in court, this became all mine. After all, this image has now forever been burned into the judge's mind. I don't have even a single witty line. Looks like we've been had.
I don't claim to understand this, but I still cannot believe it. Are you saying that this person is the defendant Maya Fey?
If I give up here, the trial will end. But if I slip up and say something wrong, it will cost me. No. For some reason, I do not believe that was the face of the person that she was supposed to channel. Your Honor.
Oh, the fire's returned to your eyes, I see.
This picture. Within the picture lies a critical contradiction to all the testimony up until now.
A contradiction?
So, you think you spotted a problem with this picture? Then earn your keep. Why don't you point? Where's the bullet hole? Where is the bullet hole?
Take that!
Please direct your attention to here.
To the sleeve? But there isn't anything odd about it.
And that is exactly what is so odd. Something that should have been there is suddenly missing.
Should have been there.
There was a bullet hole in the sleeve of the defendant's costume. If that's the case, then it should be in this picture as well.
Miss Von Karma, you intended to hide this valuable piece of evidence. You will most certainly be assigned a penalty for this.
Alright, it should do some major damage to her argument. Don't celebrate yet. You like to bring down the mood, don't you? Take a look at Miss Von Karma's face. Once again, she's smiling. Just jumping the gun again, I see, Your Honor. I would like to extend an apology on behalf of those incompetent fools.
What do you mean? And what incompetent fools?
If those fools down at the precinct hadn't missed the bullet hole, I would have gotten a report about it. As I didn't, you could have not known that this picture was of any value to this case.
I see.
She's lying through her teeth, I know it. That woman knew about everything, the bullet hole, the picture, everything. But you can't prove that. Francesca Von Karma's idea of perfect case is quite fascinating, don't you think? Your Honor, I need not worry. If you must assign a penalty, I'll personally make sure that detective gets what's coming. I'm sure there'll be a great gnashing of teeth at his next salary discussion. Poor Gumshoe.
In any case, this is a very big problem. When the defendant was taken into custody, her costume had the bullet hole in its sleeve. However, in this photo, it would appear that right after the shooting, there was none.
The judge is confused by the strange twist of events. It's your chance, Phoenix. Load of you got into this one shot, alright? Alright, watch this, Maya. Your Honor. There is only one logical explanation for the contradiction. Yeah, that's what I'm figuring. The shooter is someone else, and I think that it's going to end up being Any Mini, because she would have motive to specifically shoot and kill Dr. Gray. And I still am thinking that there is the whole collusion thing, because Any Mini would have nothing against Maya and no reason to specifically frame her. That would more so go to Aunt Morgan. The defendant's sleeve had a bullet hole in it. However, this person clearly does not. There can be only one explanation. The person who shot Dr. Gray was not the defendant, but a different person altogether. What?
Order, order, order. If order is not restored, I will suspend this trial.
Why did Lotta get whipped?
The defense's argument is a complete mess.
Complete mess. I fail to see how. Please enlighten us.
Hey, witness.
What the heck? Is that any way to ask Gal for a favor?
Be quiet, you. You were the one who said it was only 2 of them when you entered the room.
Well, you know.
If you were lying, I swear that my whip will be the last thing you see.
To her knowledge, it was just the 2 of them in that room. But there is certain stuff that she probably was not sort of knowledgeable about.
Look, Sid. Look at my scary fur. But why don't we say you? I swear I wasn't lying or nothing. There wasn't anyone else in there, honest. You see, now you riddle me this, Mr. Phoenix, Wright. Where did the defendant vanish to? And where did this other woman appear from?
Why is it lately all I want to do is cry?
I feel you.
I feel you.
Well, if the person in this picture is not the defendant, then this poses 2 very big questions. First, where did the defendant vanish to? And second, where did this person come from?
That's right. Now hurry up and answer, Mr. Phoenix, Wright.
Come on, you can't fall apart here, Phoenix, Wright. I believe that even Mia's calling me by that full name. I mean, how am I supposed to prove something like this?
Had enough yet, Mr. Phoenix, Wright?
Remember Phoenix Wright is a reaction. God damn it.
Or do you think you have enough in you to turn things around even now?
Turn things around. That's right. Mia would always turn things around and change her perspective. Phoenix. So where did this intruder appear from, and where did Maya disappear to? We need to look at this situation from a different angle. Let's see. What if before we broke in, the 3rd person was already in the room? What if Maya had left the room somehow? I could prove that either of those conditions were true.
Mr. Wright, let's hear what you have come up with.
I think what happened before we forced our way into the channeling chamber is Maya had left the room. Maya had left the channeling chamber at some point, and the defense can prove this.
Oh, how a foolish fool makes a foolish face while dreaming foolishly foolish dreams. Maya Fey was being looked after by her aunt Morgan Fey. The chances of her leaving the crime scene is lower than the detective's salary.
Anyway, let's see some evidence. Prove that from the murder until the time of the arrest, the defendant had left the room.
He will present the black key. Miss Hart, do you remember this key?
Well, I've seen it. Hey, that's the channeling chamber key, right?
Before the oh, so that was the key to the chest. Okay.
Before the channeling started, Maya locked the door from inside with that. The defendant herself locked the door? Yeah, that's why we all couldn't get the door open. That key's the only one of its kind, after all.
Oh, one of a kind, you say?
Wait, Mr. Phoenix, right?
Yes? Looks like she's catching on.
I'm afraid to ask, but why is that key currently in your possession?
What do you mean?
If Maya Fey locked herself in, then the key should have been with her.
Yes, agreed.
However, she did not have the key at the time of her arrest.
Well, ain't that a kick?
So how come you're holding it? I got this as a present from a certain little girl. And that little girl was nowhere near the crime scene at the time.
That's preposterous.
This means that Maya Fey must have left the room. If she had not, then I would be holding this key. Then I would not be holding this key, but you see before you.
It seems we have come to an impasse. This picture has clearly captured the face of the murderer. However, is this person the defendant or not? The defense is arguing that this person is not the defendant. Furthermore, as proof, this key has been submitted as evidence. Miss Von Karma.
How can this be?
At this point in time, a verdict on the defendant's guilt is not possible.
My perfect case. How is there a flaw in my perfect case? Don't think you've won yet, Mr. Phoenix, right? I am a prodigy. I've never lost a case. And I don't intend to lose here in this courtroom to a fool like you. I don't care what I have to do. I will get my guilty verdict.
That's enough. If you would like to continue, then do so in the lobby. The court will reconvene tomorrow at 10 a.m. That is all. Court is adjourned.
All right.
What? That was you, Pearly? You summoned my sis? Yes, I felt I had no choice. Great going, Pearly. You were special. Hey, Nick, did you know?
Yeah, it's not like anyone else in there could have done that.
Nick. I know you're trying really hard and all, but I really don't remember ever leaving that room. And I don't think that a third person could have gone into that room.
Yeah. Well, at least we have until tomorrow to figure things out. Like what happened in that room, for instance.
Yeah, I'm counting on you. I envy the two of you. Oh, by the way, Nick, do you think you could take Pearly back home for me?
Sure. All right, Pearls. You ready for go buy some tickets?
A ticket?
Poor thing, so sheltered. Yeah. Like we've been saying earlier, is she sheltered? Yes. How sheltered? Yes. Just yes. All right. All right. Time to continue some investigation.
All right. Thank you very much for bringing me home, Mr. Nick.
You're welcome. I had to come and look into a few things here today anyways.
I've thought about this a little. if Mystic Maya didn't kill that nice man, about that, Pearl, he wasn't necessarily a nice man. Granted, what he did didn't ultimately deserve instant death. He should have been sued, tried, and had to pay for what he did. But yeah, is not necessarily a nice man. She definitely didn't. Yes, of course. But if she didn't, then someone else did, right? That murderer person. Yes, Pearls. Oh, I see. Wonder what's wrong. She seems sad. We'll talk with her. So what did you think of seeing your first trial? I was really surprised. I've never seen so many people before. Oh. Mystic Maya looks so small and helpless. Maya's already naturally short, so... And then there's that snobby woman with the ruffly clothes. Roughly? Oh, she means Francesca. Oh, Francisca. Yeah, Francisca. She had such a bad attitude. She acted like she had already decided that Mystic Maya did it. I'm gonna tell her what I think of her tomorrow. I wouldn't miss tomorrow's for the world. We can't miss it. We're the defense attorney. Why was that woman bullying Mystic Maya? Oh, she's the opposite of a lawyer, a prosecutor. So her job is to prove people guilty. They don't care if someone's innocent. All they care about is if they win. That's an oversimplification there, Phoenix, and you know it. That's terrible. But she's really a good prosecutor with a heart on the inside, right? There's no one. Phoenix? That's a lie, and you know it. Well, he might have become a good guy eventually. Hey, who are you talking about, Mr. Nick? Is it that person Mystic Maya was talking about, Mr. Itchyworth? That was a long time ago. He's not around anymore. Huh. He clutched onto his foolish pride too fiercely and Wait. Huh? I would like to roll insight on that. Is he actually? No, he can't be. Or am I gaslighting myself? Did we see Edgeworth at the? I don't think we saw Edgeworth at the tutorial trial. Huh. By the way, yes, what is it? You wouldn't happen to know anything about who the murderer is, would you? Why are you asking me? No, I was just thinking earlier. I didn't see anything. You didn't see anything, huh? Speaking of that, during the murder, where was Pearl? And what was she doing? On top of that, this key. When did she pick this up? I just realized that I never asked you what you were doing at the time of the crime. Pearls, where were you when... And what were you doing when the murder happened? What was I doing? I wasn't doing anything. He's really bad at lying. And whisper to me. I won't tell anyone else, I promise. Okay. Okay, so we got 2 of these locks too. Okay, so we got we got to... Huh. I guess you can see through my lie, huh? Okay, yeah, clearly. I can't lie to you, can I, Mr. Nick? Alright. Alright. Okay, so we can't break them yet. But we are going to present the black key as far as... About this key, Pearls. You found it on the day of the murder, right? Yes. Now, where you found this key is very important. So please tell me, Pearls. Where did you find this? I found it in the incinerator. The incinerator? You talking about the one in the garden? The door on it was a little open, so I took a peek. When was that? It was after the channeling, when everyone was in a panic. Mr. Nick? Yes? Are you going to tell my mother? You mean tell Morgan what you did? Yes, if she finds out that I was playing it in a leftover trash, I'll get a spanking. Gotcha. Well, let's keep it a secret from her then, alright? The incinerator, huh? Sounds like a good place to search next. Alright. Alright. And that is exactly where we're gonna head on to. Alright. Wait a second. That looks suspicious over at the incinerator. That looks really suspicious. There's someone by the incinerator. Oh, looks like they've noticed me. Now running at top speed towards me. Hey. Like, you're the dentist guy. Actually, it's Phoenix Wright, attorney at law. Nice to meet you again. Like, real suave. So, like, my turn. Nice to see you, too. So, what's up? You're all out of breath. Like, Oh, like, you mean... Like, I'm just totally happy and, like, totally excited to be here. What are you still doing here? A person like you should probably have absolutely no business sticking around in a place like this as long as you have. In all honesty, this absolutely reeks. Like, I mean, there are so many things to, like, see. It's like the real deal here. Oh, really? For example, like, that urn over there, you like, know about it? All I see is an old cracked piece of pottery. Alright. That's right. Pearl said she found this key inside the incinerator. I guess I should take a look inside for myself. This is from Maya's costume. There's blood on it, a tiny bit, but still. Unburned remains found inside garden incinerator. Someone was
trying to burn away the costume that was seen in in both of those photos there. All right. Yep. And nothing else. All right. Time to talk to her. Is there some sort of legend connected with that urn? Like, yeah, it's like this village's treasure. Huh, didn't know that. And like, it's sealed inside that urn. What are you talking about? Like, you know, Amy Faye's spirit. Amy Faye? Amy Faye? Who's that? Like, geez, Mr. Smith, get with the program. Everyone knows the lady that found the currying channeling technique was Mystic Amy. You don't have to get upset with me. So, like, as long as her spirit, like, lives in that urn, the spiritual power of the Faye family will stick around. Like, isn't that totally romantic? Romantic, huh? That urn is really as important as she says it. It could be a vital clue. Hey, I want to ask you about the murder. Murder? Dr. Grace, remember? Oh, that one. Like, you should have said it so in the first place. So, like, I totally don't know anything because I was, like, sleeping in the side room. Somehow, I don't believe that. Oh, that's not much help. Did you notice anything at all? Like, come on. What a total bore. I, like, totally have nothing to do with this, like, murder thing. You only introduced it. Green Village, no. Even if you were only acquaintances, that means. Furthermore, your sister who died in that accident was a nurse at his clinic. Alright, then why don't you tell me about your sister's fatal accident? Like, why? You think, like, it's got something to do with, like, the murder? I don't know yet, but I'm trying to chase down every lead I can. Yep. Once again. We're gonna have to utilize this whole Magatama thing quite a bit. Like, what is it? Looks like I'm gonna have to need something to pry her mouth open on this one. All right. But we can't break him right now, so we don't have what we need. All right. Let's head into the channeling chamber. Looks like Morgan's here too, but she hasn't noticed me yet. What is she doing? Looks like she's talking to a picture. Oh. That is... Don't you see? Take a look around. Finally, my chance has come. Waited for this day for so long. That's right. Prepare yourself, my
dear,
What
Missy.
the hell is wrong with you?
What in the... Who's there? Oh, if it isn't Mr. Wright. Just curious, but what was that picture you were just looking at? Oh, today was that event, is it not, good sir? I heard you did well. Huh? Oh, yes, thank you. I'm terribly sorry I couldn't not attend the trial today. Please accept my apology. I had a previous engagement as I had to watch over the trainee's trainee today. Because essentially really didn't want to talk about the picture. All because the master can't be here with us. You understand. That's why a lowly branch family member such as myself must do this.
Yeah, you definitely have some resentment. Alright.
Have you remembered anything about the murder? No, I told you everything I know already.
Were you in this room the whole time Lotta and I went to call the police?
Yes, of course. I was by Mystic Maya's side the entire time. I performed the spiritual severing technique and held her in my arms afterward.
You said that yesterday as well. Did anything else happen?
I would like to say no more did. However, that is all that...
I would like to say more did.
However, that is all that occurred. I was really hoping for some new info. I suppose nothing happened in the end, good sir. Sorry to have played on your hopes.
Possibly more patronizing? So do the students train every day?
Yes, absolutely. They were given a day off the day after the murder, of course, however.
And I assume both Maya and Pearls went through this training? We didn't use the term mystic.
Mr. Wright.
Yes. Ouch, got real scary real fast.
How many times must I tell you before you understand, good sir? They are to be addressed as Mystic Maya and Mystic Pearl.
Sorry, I meant Mystic Maya and Mystic Pearl. Wait, sorry, but Mystic Pearl? Isn't that going a bit too far?
Next question, please.
Man, she really is being a pain in the butt of all this.
Please remember to watch not only what you say, but how you say it, good sir.
So the master is Maya's mother.
Mystic Misty. She is a brilliant medium. And where is she? We are not
sure.
About 16 or 17 years ago, Mystic Misty failed at channeling a certain spirit. After that, she simply disappeared.
I thought the previous game implied that she had... Huh. Maybe I'm just misremembering something, but...
I don't believe she will return to this village, in any case. And in 4 years' time, her name will be forever erased from this village.
4 years' time. Erased.
A person who has been away from this village for over 20 years is considered dead.
Oh, I see.
And that is 4 years from now for her. When that happens, a new master will be appointed to bring. And Mystic Maya was supposed to become the next master. However, with this murder, I'm afraid.
Just me imagining things. I thought she was laughing to herself for a second there.
Alright. Alright.
To the detention center we go.
Hey, Nick, I've been waiting. She looks so helpless. So how was it? What did you find out?
Well, I found a few things.
It's so bad you can't even look me in the eye?
I just need a little bit more time. It'll all come together by tomorrow, I promise.
I'm sorry, Nick. Every time I see you, all I do is cause trouble.
Alright, let's talk. So, how was it? Today's trial, I mean.
You were fantastic, Nick. Every time I thought our goose was cooked, you managed to turn it all around. I bet it would make a great Hollywood movie.
Don't be silly. We have to concentrate on the trial. We're going to win this, Maya.
Thanks a lot. Really. Hey, Nick. The person who shot Mr. Gray wasn't me, was it?
Of course not. You're completely innocent.
If that were true, then I'd be really happy, but there wasn't anyone else in that room with the two of us, right?
Well, did you check behind the folding screen?
I took a quick glance, but there wasn't anyone in there.
That's exactly what Lotta said, too.
Nick?
Yeah?
Why do you believe in me? Why do you think I didn't kill Mr. Gray?
Because something Mia told me.
My sis? What did she tell you?
She said that spirit mediums can't have dreams. When you're channeling, it's impossible for you to dream because your soul leaves you.
Now that you mention it, wait, I really am.
You're not the real murderer. I think that maybe before you even called the spirit, you were drugged. Yeah, that's probably the most likely situation. Is that she was knocked out in some way, shape, or form before the actual sort of like process were to begin. Which really makes me think of this whole collusion thing between both Morgan and Innie Minnie. So that would put Innie Minnie as the actual murder with assistance from Morgan. Drugged. I think this was planned from the very beginning. And you were set up to take the blame for killing Dr. Gray.
That's...
I want to ask you something about Pearls.
Pearlie? What about her?
No matter what I try, she won't answer me. I want to know what she was doing at the time of the murder.
Huh? Wait, Nick, you don't think she did it, did you? Don't you?
No, nothing like that.
She'd never do anything like that, you hear me? Never. She's a great kid, and really cute, and really great and cute.
I didn't really think she was the murderer. But she's definitely hiding something. You were with her on that day, right?
Yeah, the two of us were playing with her ball.
A ball, huh? Sounds like a dead end to me. So about this ball,
it's nothing really special. It's just a plain old ball.
I think she was still playing with it when I started the channeling job that day.
Pearlie really loves to play with that ball.
She loves to play with that ball. Huh.
When she wants to get it, she always comes right into the clothing box.
The clothing box?
Yeah. Pearlie's always hiding in there. You know the side room? There's a clothing box in there. It's really big, so once you see it, I'm sure you'll know what I'm talking about.
A clothing box in the side room, huh? So that clothing box was always meant to be there. But then why wasn't it there on the day of the murder? Alright. Okay, so I think that is, we're gonna go ahead and save it for tonight. Yeah, that will go ahead and do it. Alright. Alright, let's go ahead. So, I thank you all for joining me tonight. Thank you once again to Aryan Alexander for the follow. Once again, we are at 699 followers, only one follower away from our next follower goal of 700. So thank you very much for the follow, and also thank you to Rio for the raid tonight. Hope that you and your audience not only enjoyed Rio's stream, but also enjoyed this stream if you are still with us at this moment. So, but yeah, otherwise, yeah, that will do it for tonight. So tomorrow we will be continuing with Trails of Cold Steel 3, as we are, if I remember, we are continuing on with the first free day that we have with this playthrough and this new school year that we are in. So we'll go ahead and continue with from that point. Once again, just like with any of the other trails, we are scheduling it for 7 p.m. Central Time start time. But if work is able, if I'm able to sort of like get back at an earlier time from work, we will be starting at an earlier time, and I'll be sure to keep you guys, as well as our co-commentator Dan, aka X Deadly S'more X, informed as far as that with the updates. So yeah, looking forward to seeing you guys there for that. So with all of that said and done, then let's see who is available tonight. Who can I send you guys to for tonight's bounty raid? Let's see here. Okay, so I have someone in mind. It's just gonna be a matter of, in the past, they not always been open to receiving raids. So we have raided them once in the past, but that was only a one-time instance. So let's see if they're accepting today. Nope. Okay, they are not. So that's gonna be who to send you guys to then? Okay, I know exactly who we're gonna send you guys to. I'll go ahead and post the raid message, and I'm gonna send you to one of my VTuber friends, August Anomaly, the mad scientist VTuber, doing some Voices of the Void tonight. That should be interesting. So yeah, let's go ahead and give August the raid tonight. Just give me one moment to see if I can find her. There she is. So if you guys would like to join us on this bounty mission and giving love and support to awesome streamers out there, I would very much appreciate it if you can join us for that. So with all that said and done, hope y'all had a wonderful day. Hope y'all enjoyed the stream. Have fun, take care, and God bless to you all. Have a wonderful night, everyone. Time to send you out on your bounty mission. See you all next time. Bye, everybody.